What's going on, everybody? This is Joseph from Nerds of Matrimony. Welcome back to Let's Play Shadow of the Colossus. So in the last episode, we got the game started off. We went through the long intro sequence, and we took out the first Colossus, which was Valus the Minotaur. I couldn't remember his name last episode, but I actually went and looked it up, and it is Valus. So, off to take out Colossus number 2 in this video. So at the end of the last episode, you see every time you defeat a Colossus, Dorman will give you a hint as to where the next one is. This one is in a seaside cave, and it's pretty close by to the Shrine of Worship. Alright, so remember last episode those shrines I told you about where you could usually find the glowing tail lizards that act as save points? That's pretty much what he's describing right there. He says you can offer a prayer to it and your wounds will be healed. Basically, it'll save your progress, and any damage that you have taken will be completely healed. So, yeah. This Colossus is not too far from the Shrine of Worship. In fact, the first 4 are pretty close by. It's not going to be until the 5th Colossus, until we have to go, a pretty far way to actually get to him. But it's totally worth it getting to that Colossus, because the 5th Colossus in the game is without a doubt the best fight in the game. But I'm not going to talk about that anymore, because we're not on the 5th Colossus yet, and that's for another time. So I actually go completely the wrong way here. There are 2 land bridges here, and you're supposed to take the first one. Actually, pass the first one up. It's kind of lower into the cliff wall, and I didn't really see it. So I'm going across here because I know what the other side is supposed to look like, and I'm like, this does not look like what it should. So I go ahead and stop aggro here, and I look around, and I'm like, okay, where's that other land bridge at? And it's actually right behind me, as you're going to see. There it is right there. That's the bridge we want to go on. So I'm going to go back. As you can see, I completely missed it, like an idiot. So, yeah. Once again, when riding on aggro, you push the X button to make him go faster. Not really to make him go faster, but really just to make him run. But as I said last episode, it is a timing thing. And, yeah, I haven't really gotten the timing down all that much. I'm still trying to figure it out. So I do kind of, as you're going to see, I sort of like speed up and slow down here constantly. So the second Colossus is actually down there on the beach. You can probably see there's a giant door down there in that cave. That's where he is. We're going to go down there. So, yeah. When we get over to the other side of this bridge, it'll trigger the cutscene where the music will start playing. That'll tell you that you're in the right place. Once again, you can always hold your sword up to the lights, and it'll show you where you're supposed to go. Alrighty, so we're going to go down this pathway here, and I'm going to show off a little trick here you can do on aggro. This just kind of shows you the bond that Wander and aggro have together. If you hold R1 and triangle at the same time while riding on the horse, you can stand up on the horse. That's so freaking cool. Not that it really has any use in the game, but it's just really cool to be able to do that. And again, it just shows you the type of bond that Wander and aggro have with each other. So we're going to go down here and take out Colossus number 2. And this, for me, either this Colossus or the 4th Colossus is going to be the point in the game where you are going to start to question what you're doing. You're going to start to question if you're doing the right thing, as you're going to see. I'll explain it in more detail when we actually get into fighting the Colossus, but yeah, as I said last episode, this is a game that really makes you question what you're doing. It really makes you question if you're doing the right thing or not. For me, and for most people that I've seen play this game, the point where they start questioning themselves, it's usually either this Colossus or the 4th Colossus. So we're just going to ride over here across this giant bridge supports and hang a right, and he should be coming out right about now.
Yeah.
My, you're a big boy, aren't you? Say hello to QUADRATUS, everybody, also known as Taurus Major. He's basically a giant bull, and he is significantly larger than the last one we fought. Now, this one's not all that difficult. Not that the last one was difficult, I just made him a lot harder than he needed to be. Believe me, guys, the first Colossus is not as hard as I made him out to be in that first episode. I was just sucking really bad. So, with this guy, what's kind of tricky about this fight is actually getting on him, because as you can see, you've probably seen already, there are glyphs on the bottom of his feet. You have to shoot one of those and he will kneel down onto the ground. You can climb up on the fur that's on his legs. However, he does not usually bring his feet that high off the ground, so you have to have some pretty precise aiming here with your bow. My pro tip, number 1, get off aggro, because shooting the bow while riding aggro is hard enough. So get off aggro and get behind him and try to aim for one of his back feet. Don't try to aim for his front feet, because he has this giant stomp attack that he can do. And even if you run away quite a bit from it, it can still do a pretty good amount of damage. So once you get on his leg, you just want to climb up to the top. This guy actually has 2 glyphs on him. There's one on his back end and then there's one on his head. So we're going to take both of them out. So as I said, this may be a point in the game where you start to question what you're doing, because, I mean, you know, the first Colossus, you may be able to justify killing it because it is a Minotaur. But this guy, he's just a giant bull. He's just chilling. He didn't do anything to you. He's not bothering you. He's not bothering anyone. He's just down here chilling out in the dirt. You know, not doing a thing. And here you come in riding on your horse, friggin' shooting him in the foot, stabbing him all over the place. You know? I mean, it's like, you know, what did he do to deserve this? You know, what did he do? You know, he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything to us. He just popped out to say hi, and here we go, just starting to kill him. You know, so as I said, this game kind of plays with your head a little bit. It really makes you question your motives here and whether or not you're actually doing the right thing. But what sucks is you can't stop doing it. In order to beat the game, you have to kill all these guys. So, you know, you just kind of have to trudge through it, no matter how bad you feel. And believe me, you're going to feel bad killing some of these guys. This is a game that will make you feel bad for killing a boss. Especially some of the wincing sounds they make, as you're going to hear when I stab this guy in the head right here. And yes, there are the ragdoll physics. I didn't really show them off a whole lot last episode, because Valis didn't really shake all that much. But yeah, this guy likes to shake quite a bit. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's almost over. It's almost over. Just a couple more. Just a couple more. Oh, I'm so sorry. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this to you? Oh, it's so painful. On a side note, there are some Colossi in the game that you're going to be really glad that you killed. Like especially the next one. When you kill the next guy, you're going to be like, yes, you totally deserve that. Because the next guy's a bit of a jerk, as you're going to see. Alright, buddy, I'm sorry, but I have to put you out of your misery. Oh, man, just the way they die, it's just so sad. It's so sad. Ugh. Why did we have to do this? Why? Oh my gosh, even the music is sad. Oh no, here comes the, as Nintendo Capri-san calls it, the death spaghetti. Aggro, where are you at? Aggro! The death spaghetti. Now, I chose to be quiet right there. I kind of talked over that in the first episode, but if you listen closely, you should have been able to hear a little bit of laughter there. And it sounded a little bit sinister. Don't know what that's all about. Anyways, we defeated Colossus number 2, so now his statue is going to crumble. Alrighty. Thy next foe is... Yes, Colossus number 3. He's a bit of a jerk, and he is without a doubt the tallest one that we're going to fight thus far. Not necessarily the largest, but he is definitely going to be the tallest that we are going to fight up to this point. So, that is it for this episode. Join me next time where we will take on Colossus number 3. It's going to be awesome. I'll see you then. Goodbye.